Tim and Liz Prudlow, and we've been here about 4 years now.
Hi, I'm Molly O'Connell. We started in the early 90s, early 1990s.
I'm Kelly Van Rixel,
And David Van Rixel.
and we've been at SJV for 6 years. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we're Dave and Jan Cronin, and we have been at St. John VNA since 1989.
And I pray because I want to be healthy. It's very simple.
So I think prayer, it's important that you pray before your meals and kind of pray before going to bed, kind of those typical times. But I've really found that it's just those moments in time or kind of during the day when you have that little conversation with God. I oftentimes will call it like a high five with God. And for me, when there's a time that I'm stressed or something's going on with work or I just need that moment, I kind of have that image of like giving a high five to God.
I think serving is very rewarding. And, I've met wonderful people. I've had wonderful interactions because of that. And I'm just so thankful that I'm able to do it.
So I was a relatively new parent, and luckily the event was being hosted by a really experienced family. And so when I was volunteering my time, I noticed that it was kind of a multi-generational volunteer effort. It was the Russells that were running it. Both their sets of parents had come to help. Soon brothers and sisters were also coming to help. And I just couldn't believe the joy that this family brought the whole community. And then in talking to Laura about it, she just kept saying that's the goal. It's not a fundraiser, it's a community builder. And I just thought that was really impactful.
Why do we give? We certainly don't want anything to happen to this church. We want to support it. And we want to support it for the generations that are coming after us. We want this church to be here for those people who are coming after us. And so why do we give? I couldn't think of not giving.
Can't deny our blessings, and being able to share that with others is what we're called to do as Catholics.
And maybe they can simply say, I'm going to make a commitment because budget dictates program.
Giving financially is really important because there's obviously a lot of great programs here at SJV. Being able to give financially to the parish ultimately, comes through and helps support children coming to school here. I know there's a lot of programs of people who are able to attend SJV because they otherwise wouldn't financially be able to do it. And so when you're giving money in the baskets or through a pledge, it's not just to keep the heat on or to keep the lights on. It's creating entire lives.
And that the first step is the most difficult. And don't try to take on too much, but take at least that first step and maybe make a commitment that I'm going to do 3 things over the course of the next 6 months, 2 weeks, a year, or something like that. And they don't necessarily have to be big things to give yourself some internal satisfaction. And then also that'll be contributing, to the common good.
But I also think that it's really important that everyone in the parish think about joining some group. I don't care what group, but join some group because you get such neat support, and you learn so much. And you, when you come to church, you see familiar faces, and someone is there to give you a hug.
That's one way to kind of look at. You might be someone who doesn't have a whole lot of time, so you might be able to contribute financially, or maybe you don't have the funds but you have the time. I think that's why those 3 words are really important because they're all equally as important.
That as difficult or as imposing as giving of yourself, your time, your talents, or your finances is, the more you do it, the more you get involved in it, the easier it becomes. And so going beyond means go one little bit further in each of those areas, and you'll realize how how much reward you get out of that for yourself, for your family, for your faith, and it'll exponentially grow.
Yes, I thank everyone for supporting the parish and for contributing to it in any way they can, really.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting SJV.